of a charity in Slough. Jeena International is to teach people who work in the wedding planning, hair and makeup businesses what signs to look out for if they suspect clients may be victims. Rani, Bilkhu, who came up with the concept of the Ugly Side of Beauty campaign being launched in Parliament this evening, says sometimes the brides-to-be aren't even aware they're being abused.
In some communities, it's embedded in almost in their cultural DNA that you do as I do by their parents and their communities, so they don't even realise that they've got a choice as well. So this is where we are actually saying to professionals that we need to impart this knowledge to them in order to safeguard their clients.
Andrew Peach will have more on this in the next 10 minutes here on BBC Radio Berkshire.
It's Ruby, who was taken off to Bangladesh when she was 15 years old and forced to get married to a guy twice her age who she'd never met before. This, of course, happens, small numbers of cases in our area. If you've got a story about one, then please share it with me like Ruby did this morning. We'll talk more about this new project in Slough to try and stop this, with a woman behind it in a second. Sarah's got Monday's headlines for you.
Helping the victims of forced marriage by training those who work in the wedding industry is the new initiative of a charity in Slough. Britain is sending an amphibious landing ship and 2 other vessels to the Aegean Sea as part of a NATO mission to stop people smugglers taking migrants from Turkey to Greece. And helping adults in Berkshire avoid diseases caused by modern life is the idea behind a new campaign by Public Health England.
Rani, Bilkhu from Jeena International, the organisation behind this idea of getting the beauticians to spot signs of a forced marriage. Hi, Rani.
Good morning.
Ruby did a tremendous job of telling this awful story about what happened in her life, but she's not the only one, of course.
No, she's one of many. But all I can say is that it's really good to hear Ruby's story, but also, as harrowing as it was, she has come the positive outcome. So I think that's a story that we need to think, no matter what negativity any person, or especially a young person, is feeling at the moment, she may be, or he may be forced into a marriage, there's always something that positive is going to come out, and that's Ruby, and I think she articulates that very well.
And just give me the idea about the beauticians, training beauticians to spot when a bride's unhappy, I suppose.
Yes, it's not just beautician. It's anyone within, obviously, the beauty industry, the hair industry, anyone in the wedding industry, but the fashion industry as well, because that is where young people or couples and families will go to look at venues, do tasting, etc. There was a young volunteer who's Cam B, and she actually was a volunteer, and she said to me that, funny you should say this about forced marriage, because only last week I had someone call me and said, could you do my niece's makeup for me, and it's in 3 days' time. And she said it was quite bizarre because it was the first time ever that the bride didn't ring, but also I didn't even do a trial before the wedding itself. So I think there's a lot of indicators there that these people who are frontline in terms of the beauticians and hair industry and the makeup artists, they can spot the difference, but they can spot the signs of a forced marriage, but also it's not about putting them at risk, it's just letting them know what they need to do, either get in touch with organisations like myself or the police or the forced marriage unit.
All right, Rani, thank you very much indeed. Rani Bilkhu from Jeena International.